Welcome back. I posted last week that I was returning to Final Fantasy XIV for a bit to try and catch up before the expansion, and I said I would do update videos, so this is going to be the first update video. I'm going to walk through some of the stuff that I've been working on and talk about a little bit about my impressions of it. First of all is going to be the leveling. I am focused right now on physical range DPS. I had already done tanks if you didn't catch the last video, so those were already done. Now I'm working on Bard, Machinist, and Dancer. As you can see, I did already finish Bard and Machinist. I'm still working on Dancer. So, real quick, Bard I enjoyed, and I can see why people do enjoy it. It's a fun class, but it's just not my cup of tea. I think that if I had to rate it like out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 6. I think that it's designed pretty well. It's not for me. That being said, Machinist I did like quite a bit more. I thought just the cooldown usage, the off global cooldowns that it has, and its ability to kind of just pump either single target or multi target damage pretty effectively was really fun. It's not as big of a support as some of the other ranged DPS classes can be, but it's for what it is, it's really cool, and I like the whole like I guess steampunk aspect of like its move set and the robots and all that. It's just neat. I probably enjoyed that more, so I'd give that like I'd say an 8 out of 10. Not something I'm gonna play a lot, but kind of fun. My biggest surprise this whole time was probably Dancer. I did not think that I would enjoy Dancer. Honestly, it's the reason that I leveled it third is because it's the one that I was most worried about. The playstyle is really fun, honestly. I did play it before. I kind of forgot about it, but like technical step and final step, I believe it's called final step or standard step. They're just really fun. Like the way that they work, where you have to like do the little mini game to get a really nice buff and a really big damage AE damage ability is really awesome. In addition to that, I really just like the fact that it can pump really big AE numbers. It is kind of front loaded, but you can like kind of destroy if a tank pulls wall to wall pretty much every other pack, you can just destroy that pack very quickly. So I like that quite a bit. That being said, I'm almost done with Dancer. As you can see, I'm at 97, almost 98. If I play again tonight, which I probably will, I might finish that up, which would be awesome because then I'm going to move on to magical range DPS. I really liked Black Mage back in the day, Summoner and Red Mage. Pictomancer a little bit less so, but it was a new class. I don't have a lot of experience playing it, so we'll go back and see how those are. I don't know how quickly I'll be able to level those. I have learned some tricks over this last week, which I'll talk about in a minute here, to level faster. However, the relic grind is currently really slowing me down. Let me pull up my nerd spreadsheet real quick just in case anyone's interested. You can see that I now have 7 max jobs total. Obviously, the tank classes, the two physical range DPS, and then the dancers coming up there. I also did level, you'll notice, Carpenter. I leveled that on purpose through leave quests, which are a type of quest that the game kind of saves up 100 of. Every day you get like 2 or 3 more. I don't even know how many more, but you get several more every day, and you're able to use those quests to get a pretty decent chunk of experience. I actually use like, I think 40 quests or so to level a carpenter from 90 to 100 without even really doing that skill. The reason I did that is because you can actually slot in materia, which are basically gems in other games or whatever, to give yourself better stats on items. I'm looking to get that kind of that stat boost. I want to get my main, my gunbreaker, to basically have really good gems or materia in this case in all of his slots once I get good gear for him. And I kind of thought that it would be a little bit easier, a little bit quicker to do that. I did not have a chance to really do what I wanted to do there to gear him up this week. You can see real quick, I'll pop over to him real quick. So you can see his gear is all still green. It is high quality gear, so it's all not bad, but it's not where I want it to be yet. I would like to get raid gear on him. I have not even done the most current raids. Like if you look at my raids, heavyweight or light heavyweight was the first 4. I did those when the patch first came out forever ago when Dawn Trail first released. I did these I think yesterday. I did cruiserweight, which is the patch, not the most current patch, the one right before that. And then heavyweight is the newest patch, so that'll be the best gear that I can get without doing like something crazy. So I'm gonna do these over the course of this next week, and hopefully get him some blue gear, and then start putting materia in it so that he can be really well geared for the expansion coming up. So that's my plan for him. We'll see how that goes. I hope these are fun. The cruiserweight fights were pretty decent. I'm hoping that heavyweight's even better, but I no complaints there really. I really like the way that raiding is set up in this game. In addition to these raids, I started doing the alliance raids. I did find those. I did the first one. I haven't done the second one yet. I tried to queue for it, but it was taking a long time, so I kind of just dropped it for now. I'm going to do the second, and normally I believe there's three. So I'm going to do those this week too and see how those go. I did enjoy the first one, but we'll see how the rest of them go. I'll include that in my next update video next week and let you know how those are. And I'll let you know how the heavyweight fights were. And hopefully I'll have a nice set of gear to show off, or at least partial gear to show off on the Gunbreaker by then. We'll see. So pretty excited for that. Let me see here. What are the other stuff that we got going on? Oh, a big thing that a lot of people tend to be interested in is the main story quest. When Dawn Trail first came out, I guess the backstory you need there is that Endwalker was the expansion before this, and it was one of the best stories I've ever played in any RPG. It was absolutely fantastic. It was the culmination of like 10, 15 years of storytelling or whatever it was. It was crazy good. Basically almost unbeatable. So I was not expecting there to ever be a scenario where the next expansion past that was better story. And Dawn Trail was certainly not that. It was a pretty big letdown for me. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't really enjoy it that much either. I thought it was like a 4 out of 10. I don't know why I'm on this 10 scale today, but that's what we're doing. Get used to it. It's fine. Um, I don't know. It just wasn't great. But I will say the post launch quests leading up to the new expansion, all of those were better. I think they stepped their storytelling game up a little bit more, and it's kind of ramping back up to be something I would be very interested in. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not gonna say any spoilers about anything for story because I know people are very sensitive about that in Final Fantasy games. So I'm not gonna go into any detail. Just to say, I thought like the launch story was probably like a 4 out of 10, and I think that the I guess post launch story leading up to the expansion is like a 6 or 7. So much better than it was before. It still has room for improvement, but they're slowly building up, I hope, to be even better in this next expansion. We'll see. Hopefully they have some cool villains. They kind of set some stuff up that I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. I am definitely more excited for the expansion now than I was before coming back and playing the new quest lines. So that's pretty cool too. I'm done with MSQ. I went around and started doing all like the blue quests that unlock everything. That's how I found the Alliance raid. Um, I think there's still more stuff I do need to find. In fact, I've only unlocked one Beast Tribe, which is something I forgot even existed until I accidentally unlocked one. I think you can look here at Reputation and see. So I only have one unlocked here. There's normally 3. Like if I go back to Endwalker, you can see there were 3 actual ones that I have maxed out. In Dawn Trail, I have this one just barely started. You can only do a certain amount of quests for them a day, so you can't just like grind this out and get it to max really quick. I do need to find the other 2. That's something I'll work on this week too, so that I can get them all started. It's also free experience, basically. The quests for them are super easy since they are daily and limited. That's a really good way to level other classes. And as you know, if you're watching these, that my goal is to level all the classes or all the skills. Wow, classes and skills. Both of those are wrong. Jobs. I'm trying to level all of the jobs. So in order to do that, Beast Quests help out quite a bit. They're free experience every single day. I need to unlock those, so that's on my list for next week as well. The only other thing I really think I haven't talked about much is relics, actually. All right, relics. So as you can see on my main, I do have the first step of the relic done. It was a lot of fate grinding, which was really actually pretty beneficial for me because it let me level characters. Unfortunately, the second step is less friendly to leveling alts or alternate jobs. The second step, I have to fill up this Aether well, which includes doing daily roulettes of high level dungeons, alliance raids, normal raids, and trials. All that stuff is fun, but it doesn't award a ton of points, and I need to get from well, these are all at 6,000 now, but I need to get them all the way to 10,000. I've been working on this for about 3 days, kind of trying to grind it out some. You do get a daily bonus for doing each of these once a day. The more I grind it out, it's less effective. So basically, it's going to take me several more days to even get this part finished. I do think the rest of step two is very easy, so I'll get that finished in like an hour probably. And then I'll have the second step of the relic weapon. This will just keep improving the item level and the stats on this. And then I'll be able to go back on to the third step, which I believe is actually more fate grinding, which will help me a lot because it will actually allow me to level other jobs more efficiently. With this, I basically have to stop leveling, or at least I don't have to stop leveling. It's just not nearly as effective because after you do each of these one time, you don't get an experience bonus for completing those activities again, which is one of the main ways I would level a job. The experience outside of that is really minimal, so it's very hard to level a job just like grinding through these. So unfortunately, I have to kind of choose between the two at the moment. I'm almost done with this. I'll be done with it in like 3 days, and then I won't have to make that choice. And then I'm just going to hopefully grind out a lot of jobs pretty quickly. Um, my hope is that by this time next week, when I do my second update video, that I have most of the magical classes done as well. I don't know how realistic that is. There are quite a few of them, and I'm not even done with Dancer yet. But getting this done, I think, will help quite a bit. So that's all I pretty much have for now. But I am going to do another update probably next Monday and let you guys know how it's going. I've been having a blast so far, especially remembering all the cool stuff like the Beast Tribes and the Alliance raids and all that stuff. It's been great. So I've been having a great time, more fun than I actually thought I would have. I'm legitimately looking forward to keeping going and learning some more classes or relearning classes again or jobs. I'm looking forward to the day when I stop calling jobs classes. That'll be an amazing day too. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Peace.